number 9. Okay, here's a scripture that comes to my mind. Do not grow weary while doing good, for in due season you're going to reap a harvest. Think about it. Do not grow weary while doing good. Don't get discouraged. Don't give up while you're doing these things in your marriage, for your marriage. For in due season, you're going to reap a harvest. For right around the corner, guys, you're going to see some breakthroughs, some healing, some big shifts if you already haven't. So stay consistent. Do not grow weary. For in due season, you're going to reap a harvest. Bless you guys. So yesterday we talked about how to listen. Okay. And I know you guys are doing this. You're applying it and you're going to keep applying it. But today we're going to talk about the other side of that coin. How to communicate. Especially when you're listening to something that you don't agree with and you got to share your part and your opinion and your truth. But how do I share it in a way where they're going to hear it? Where it's going to do good and not bad. Where it's going to create safety and not more division, right? Because couples that care, that, you know, they usually care when they're together. Couples don't avoid conversations because they don't care. They avoid it because they don't feel safe to share the truth. They don't feel safe to hear the truth. Okay? So they're either way, it's triggering some kind of fear or anger or things, and now they're avoiding it because of that. So today I want to teach you how to speak in a way that is not going to trigger your partner. How can I share my truth without making them defensive or shutting down or getting mad or running away? How do I do this? Because look, here's the truth. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it. You've heard this before. It's not what I say, it's how I deliver it. This is what's important. If you speak from a certain emotion, it's going to come out a certain way, yes or no? So we need to have emotional intelligence here. We need to be aware, have self-awareness of what emotion is running through my body, which is an emotion that I created. I can't blame it on somebody else. I created it. It's not, oh, you make me mad. No, I reacted and created that emotion myself. Nobody can make me or make you a certain emotion. Are you understanding that? So we need to be aware of the emotion that's running through our body, because if you speak from pain, your message is going to get lost in attacking. If you speak from fear, your message is going to get lost and confused in that fear energy. If you speak from frustration and anger, your message is going to get lost in the tone. And you know this to be true. Your partner reacts to your delivery, not your truth. It's the tone of how you're saying it, not so much what you're saying, yes or no. It's true. So we need to shift our mindset today and start to say, I speak from clarity, not emotion. I speak from clarity, not emotion. This is how I want you to start believing. Today, I speak from clarity, not emotion. You can be honest, you just can't be sloppy with how you're being honest. It's not like, well, I'm just honest, it's just, if you can't take it how I share it, that's not up to me, that's up to you. It's just, I'm just raw. I just share it. I just share what's on my mind, and I just can't help it, and just unfiltered. It's just how I am, and sorry if you can't take it. No, it's not like that. You want to speak from clarity, not emotion. It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it. So you can be honest, yes, be honest, but you can't be a jerk. You can't be sloppy. You can't be disrespectful, because now your message is not going to be heard. So you want to have clear truth without triggering big emotions. You want to have low impact but clear truth. So this is what I'm going to teach you today. State the truth clearly with no emotional pressure. This is the skill set. You need to learn how to speak the truth without emotional pressure. I'm going to show you what this looks like and how to build this, okay? But understand, this is you speaking truth without creating emotional pressure. You speaking truth without pushing emotional buttons. So for an example, here's the wrong. This is you pushing buttons, okay? So when you approach it and you look at them with an emotion of frustration, pain, anger, defensiveness, you have that emotion in you. So because that emotion's in you, you're going to start to say things in a certain tone, like you never listen. You don't even care about me. You always shut down. You made me feel stupid. Like when you start to say things like this, you're attacking emotionally, and that's you pushing their buttons. Nobody's going to win, right? But how do you share truth without pushing their buttons. First, change your lens. You need to be aware of your emotions. Take a deep breath. Don't react in emotion. Hey, I want to feel heard when I'm talking. I felt ignored earlier today. When you walk away, I feel disconnected and disrespected. I didn't feel valued in that moment when you did that. And my tone, my face, I'm not fighting. Do you hear the difference? I'm not blaming. I'm not accusing. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not just emotional freaking dumping. I'm not putting pressure. Hey, I want to feel heard when I'm talking. You see how I'm not blaming or accusing? I'm sharing. I felt ignored the other day. I felt ignored earlier today. When you walk away and talk like that, I feel disconnected and disrespected. You see that? It's just bringing clarity to the situation. I'm not blaming or attacking. And clarity is what brings leadership. Clarity is what creates space for love. Clarity is what creates space for communication. See, your partner is going to be able to receive that. It's strength, but it's wrapped in this calm. You're not being a jerk, but it's strength and clear. See, their nervous system, it's not going to want to go into defensive mode because you didn't trigger it. And this is where you actually can get somewhere with them. So this is what I want you to do. How do you apply this in your marriage now? Okay? So I want you to speak one truth. How many? One. Don't overdo it here, okay? We're building something here, not destroying. So speak one truth to your partner calmly, and I want you to use this formula. When blank happened, I felt blank. That's it. So this is where you're going to speak your truth. When blank happened, I felt blank. For an example, when you walked away earlier, I felt disrespected. I felt dismissed. When the tone was sharp, when your tone was sharp, it felt tense. I felt tense. When plans changed, I felt unimportant. When you didn't respond, I felt disconnected. I felt worried. I felt afraid. Do you see that? See, you're not telling them they're wrong. You're not accusing them. You're not going to reopen old fights and starting new ones. You see that? I'm stating my experience. I'm not attacking their character. I'm not making it because of them. I'm just stating my experience, because when I share it that way, that one line, that one truth delivered with calm, that's the action we need to take. And that's what, yes, they'll get triggered a little bit, but their brain starts to see, oh, he's not blaming, he's not attacking. Look at his face, look at his posture, look at his tone. Oh, and then they start to look at their own stuff and be like, oh. Whether they say, oh, I'm sorry, or yeah, you're right, doesn't matter. Their brains will draw it to their attention, and our part is to trigger that through a calm leadership type of way, right? So at the end of today, I want you to think, did I clearly communicate to them, or did I go into blaming? Did I express one truth? Did I do it calmly and confidently, or did I react? Did I use the formula that Richard gave me? Right? How did it go? Did the conversation go different than before? Was it different? Did they react different? Just reflect on these things, because if your partner, responded better than they normally do, hey, that's a freaking win, right? And that's going to show your brain, your nervous system to be like, oh, okay, we can do this again. If they didn't respond perfectly, that's okay. This is something that you're going to build over time. The goal is not perfection. It's practice. It's building a new skill set, right? So, and remember, we have to keep planting a seed, right? So at some point today, you're going to tell that truth, but I also want you to bring the other truth of bringing understanding and say, hey, I want us to understand each other better. You're not going to say like, oh, well, you don't understand me, or we need to talk more. You always twist things that I say. No, just I want to understand. I want us to understand each other better. This shows your partner what your intention is. You're not getting defensive. You're just sharing, like, this is where my mind is. I want us to understand each other better. Yes? All right, so let's bring all this back together here. This is your focus for today. Day 9. Day 9, okay, of this 30-day reset. And this is you doing one thing each day. So what's your one thing today? Today is about speaking truth in a way that your partner can actually heal. Heal from and hear you, right? So your mindset it's about my delivery. It's not just the words that I'm saying, it's about how I'm saying it. So I want to share clear truth without defensiveness, right? I want to be using when this happened, I felt blank. Just sharing my experience. Tomorrow, we're going to take a bigger step. Okay? Tomorrow we take a big step. We start to fix the pattern of emotional triggers that ruin our communication. Those triggers that get us mad and get us defensive. How do we handle those things? We're going to deal with that tomorrow. So make sure today it's about you creating that connection of hey, I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to say it with a good energy, good tone. When this happened, I felt this way. Just sharing your experience. See you tomorrow.